Hey fam, what is going on, and welcome back to another Ghost of Tsushima video. This video is going to cover my brand new hunter build for this recent patch, and a lot of people were asking about it, so here it is. And I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Just like any other build, guys, I will be putting the entire build right at the front of the video in order for anybody to screenshot it if they aren't into a more in-depth video. However, for those of you who are into an in-depth video, I will be talking about every aspect of this build and some variations that you might like to use as well. Also, if you guys aren't already in the Discord, please be sure to jump in the Discord, where hundreds of insane Ghost of Tsushima players are in there helping each other out on a daily basis, sharing builds, sharing media, and just vibing. So feel free, the link is down below. If you guys like this video, please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If not, it's all good. We love you guys anyway. I'll catch you on the next video. Let's get to the build. Yo guys, so as promised, here is the build that I'm going to be using in its entirety that we're going to be talking about. And if you want to take a screenshot, whatever you want to do with it, here's the build. This is all the gear, and these are the techniques that I'll be using. Now, for everybody else that is here for a more in-depth video, let's go ahead and just get right to it, guys. I am using a water katana. Okay, now listen, I did take the time to actually learn moon cancel. I'm not that great at it yet, but I am going to start trying to use it. And so as of right now, because I didn't know moon cancel, I deleted all my moon katanas. Don't judge me, but I did. So if you would like, you can use a moon katana with this build along with moon master. I am currently using a water katana with perfect parry window, oni damage, way of the flame, and burning blade. Now I really like perfect parry window just because, you know, there's a lot of oni, and you know, you're a hunter, so you would think a lot of ranged action happens. Now it does happen, you do get a lot of ranged kills. However, there are a lot of instances where those big oni guys just get up in your face and they're up close and personal, and you kind of need to have that perfect parry window to help you block their attacks. Not only does it help you perfectly parry their attacks, but it also helps you get that slow motion in order for you to land a headshot, an explosive arrow, revive your teammate, pop an ultimate. You know, that perfect parry window, if you do hit it right, it can grant you a lot of cool, like, little subtleties like that will, you know, kind of help you out in the middle of a game. So I found that perfect parry window is really good for me. I'm using oni damage because, if you don't already know, oni damage applies to all damage that you do to onis. And honestly, at 120 key level, guys, your character is already strong enough to kill all the little, like, normal Mongols without worrying about needing any kind of extra damage buffs. So the big guys are the ones you typically want to worry about, and having oni damage is actually really amazing. So way of the flame, because you can pop way of the flame and hit some unblockable attacks on those annoying pesky shieldmen or spearmen, and there's nothing that they can do about it. So I love having way of the flame as a great option there. And burning blade also, you know, is just good because I have fire master on my charm. Now we'll talk about that here in a second, guys. Next, I have my skipping stone bow. Obviously it is a staple for the hunters these days, and if you don't have one, don't be scared, because you will get one eventually. But I would suggest using weightless spirit. You can put the same exact stats that I have on here on your weightless spirit in order to, you know, kind of do the same build, which is honestly amazing, because now with the update, the skipping stone bow no longer grants extra resolve for the arrow that is ricocheted upon a headshot, so you're kind of not missing out if you are using weightless spirit. Now I have range damaged and reload speed on here, along with headshot refund and helmet piercing ammo. Now range damage I really like because it's, you know, it's 12% and it applies to all the damage that you're doing, obviously if you're shooting with your arrow, along with the damage that you do on your ultimate, so it does stack. Next, I'm using reload speed. Now the reload speed helps you with the reload animation cancel tech that you have seen me do in other videos, and or you can look up on how to do it. Now that reload animation is bypassed when you do it properly, and reload speed helps that because the faster you can put that arrow and knock it and put it onto, you know, put it onto the bow, the faster you can perform the actual reload tech. So having reload speed is way better than having draw speed, considering you don't exactly draw the arrow backwards when you are using the reload tech, because, you know, you want to shoot them off as fast as possible, and drawing kind of takes time. So having reload speed is definitely on there to help that. Headshot refund is an absolute must for me. I will not use any other thing on this specific slot on my bow, and helmet piercing ammo. Now, helmet piercing ammo, you can switch out for shield piercing. It will help a lot because you get those annoying shield oni that put their shield up and you can shoot right through it and get a headshot. So between shield and helmet piercing ammo, honestly, it can go either way, and it's absolutely incredible. Now, guys, the heart of this brand new build, ENJO'S Remorse. With the latest patch, guys, you can now make legendary charms into class specific charms, as long as you bind that specific legendary charm to the specific class that you're trying to create. Now, for me, I decided to do it on the hunter, and having ENJO'S Remorse, which if you don't already know, deals 15% bonus damage when you are at full health. For this, I did create, basically I recreated my hunter charm, but on ENJO'S Remorse. I have fire damage, hunter ability radius, fire master, and blessed arrows. Now, the fire damage, guys, if you don't already know, also recently got a buff in the last patch that goes now up to 20% fire damage instead of 12% that it used to be. If you are using explosive arrow, you are a freaking monster, not to mention having that extra 15% bonus damage while you're at full health is just unbelievably godly. Hunter ability radius, because it does, obviously, when you shoot that explosive arrow, you want to have basically the blast radius be as big as possible to catch as many enemies on fire as possible. And if you get a headshot, as long as you have skipping stone bow, it will ricochet and it'll explode again. So you will have 2 explosive arrows with 100% hunter ability radius with basically double the explosion radius. It's absolutely insane. It stacks with the fire and it stacks with fire master. This build right here is kind of just, you know, staple. Now, blessed arrows, for me, I have it on here because, you know, it goes hand in hand with ENJO'S Remorse, because you want to be at full health in order to use ENJO'S Remorse and benefit from that 15% bonus damage. So if you find that you are in need of having healing, I definitely suggest putting blessed arrows on here. For me, I found that I'm definitely in need because I always get hit by those annoying archers. I don't know what it is. They just target me like crazy and I can't dodge them. You know, if there's fire on the ground, if the Tengu hits you even one time and you're not at 100% health, you won't benefit from ENJO'S Remorse. So what I like to do is have blessed arrows. So when I'm close to an enemy, if I pop my smoke, I can just start shooting at them quickly with rapid fire and heal myself up. And then I'll use my explosive arrow. You know, I want to make sure that I benefit from that 15% bonus damage. Now, on the other hand, guys, if you do not find yourself needing healing a lot, I would highly recommend, and I saw this on my good buddy Dubsy, big shout out to you, my boy, one of the greatest hunters I've ever met, of course. He put foul arrows on there. So if you don't know what foul arrows does, headshots also weaken the target. Not only are you going to be applying weaken on the enemies, which if you don't already know what that is, essentially once you see that broken health bar, it kind of looks like shattered glass above them. It means they are weakened to all effects, meaning, you know, your arrows, your fire, your poison, any kind of damage towards them will be intensified. So having foul arrows along with ENJO'S Remorse at 15% bonus damage, it can be extremely deadly. Pop some headshots, you know, shoot an ultimate, do whatever you need to do to hurt those big onis and apply weaken, and then, you know, you're going to be doing insane damage to them. They might not even ever touch you. Now, for the Ghost Weapon 1 slot, I am using Sticky Bomb with cooldown reduction on kill, status effect duration, fired up, and lucky. Now, you kind of don't really need to talk about the ghost weapons anymore. I feel like most people have a great understanding. The thing with this specific slot, however, I do want to point out, if you are inclined and you want to use 3 legendaries, what you can do is you can come to your techniques and you can pop this one right here. So you can have 1 legendary and an extra legendary. And right here, as you see, I have a spirit kunai ready. So, you know, if you do want to make your build around your explosive arrow to do as much damage as possible, you can throw a spirit kunai on there and have 3 legendary. For my spirit kunai, I have ghost weapon damage, cooldown reduction on kill, super massive, and hidden blade. And obviously the spirit kunai is very amazing because every kill that you get with the kunai, it will lower all your cooldowns by 10 seconds. Not just one cooldown, every cooldown you have for everything. It's absolutely incredible. So if you do want to sacrifice that technique, then you can definitely put it on there. However, for me, I found that Sticky Bomb is very helpful because, for one, I don't have to give up that legendary because I like my 5-shot ultimate. And the Sticky Bomb is really good because having lucky on there, guys, it procs so often that you probably don't even need to try to use the cooldown effects. I've had lucky proc 4 times in a row on my Sticky Bomb, and and it's absolutely insane. Now guys, for my smoke bomb, I am using cooldown reduction on kill, munitions, and lucky. I always use lucky on my ghost weapons. You can always change it out as much as you want, obviously, but this is just what I'm using. And having munitions on there, yes guys, munitions just got a nerf recently, but you know, it doesn't really hinder that much. I've been playing with it, and I don't think it really is that serious. So having munitions on there not only helps me as a hunter, because I mean, yes, I have headshot refund, but I do miss shots sometimes, right? A lot, let's be honest. But also it helps my teammates because, you know, they're bomb throwers, so you want to have a way to help your teammates and yourself as well. So guys, that is the build right here that I am using, and one more look at it if you guys want to take a screenshot. And now let's go into the techniques and check them out real quick. So explosive arrow is what I'm using. Obviously, we talked about the reason why. Fire damage, fire master, ENJO'S remorse, range damage, like everything applies to this crazy explosive arrow. The ricochet double explosion with skipping stone bow. The synergy in this build is just absolutely wild. I'm using legendary right here because legendary, obviously you need to have 2 legendaries to run this build, and I don't feel like sacrificing the final row on my techniques because it affects my ultimate, and I want my ultimate to shoot as many arrows as possible. The next one I am using is status damage. This also applies to the fire damage that you do with your explosive arrow and your fire arrows. Damage status effects increase by 25%. Next and finally guys, I am using the all-seeing eye as my final technique because it does add that 2 extra targets in order for you to perform your ultimate and hit as many people as humanly possible. So guys, that is going to be it for this build. I hope you guys find out how absolutely incredible it is. Let's talk a little bit about how to use this build, and we kind of touched on it while we were going over the gear. If you are at the spawn point of the enemies, then you definitely want to make sure that you are at full health. That is the most important part. Otherwise, having ENJO'S is completely pointless. So once the enemies spawn, of course, you want to drop your smoke to prevent them from going anywhere, and you know, you want to just start nuking them. If you don't already have your ultimate, you can pop a couple headshots and try to get your ult up, shoot your explosive arrow, try to target the biggest guys with the explosive arrow, make sure you get that headshot. Once you get that headshot, you'll see the big old double explosion that'll catch everyone on fire and start doing massive damage because of ENJO'S. And if you have your ultimate, obviously you want to pop your ultimate. Now if you are on some kind of one-on-one fight, or if you're at the circle itself, you want to make sure that you are focusing on getting your health up. So if you don't have your actual smoke bomb, you know, you want to pop those quick shots, but make sure you're aiming for the head and that you're close enough to benefit from those blessed arrows and that radius that pops off the enemy when you shoot their head, because it will heal you. And once you have full health and you have your smoke, you can pop your smoke, you can pop your explosive arrow. Basically guys, the whole point is to keep yourself at full health in order to benefit from this incredible build. It absolutely shreds, guys. I just tested this build out and I got like 250 plus kills in a nightmare survival game, and this build's insane. You have some survivability, not a lot of survivability, but you have enough to keep yourself alive and to keep your health at full health if you are playing well enough as a hunter, and you have insane damage at your fingertips in order to melt these waves and then help out your teammates wherever else they need the help. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you did enjoy it, please also leave a comment and let me know what you think about it. Or if you have a better build, I would very much like to see it. You can post it in the Discord under the hunter section. By the way, the Discord is linked down below, and you know, you can join all the hundreds of other incredible Ghost of Tsushima gamers that are in there helping each other out on a daily basis. Guys, I will catch you guys on the next one. Much love. Peace.